Hi guys, TF47 here, and today we're taking a look at the Troublesome Trap set from 2014. Here you can see all of the different pieces that are included with this set, and there's actually a lot here for the size of the set, which is pretty cool. You have 3 action features in this set. You can see all the different track pieces and everything here. Very cool. Alright, starting here with the instructions, you'll see that the original person on this crossed out James. That's because I bought him separately in another listing. You can see all the instructions here on how to put everything together, including the battery installation on the back of the manual. Alright, and then let's start here with James, and he looks great for what he is. You know, this is a Trackmaster 2 model, so everything's a little bit squished, but I do like the hay details on the side there, and of course the handrails. The front view here looks very nice. I love the face there. Here's the other side, which is basically the same, but that's okay. Here's a look at the back of the tender, and then the back of the engine, and the front of the tender. Next, here's a look at the top. We can see the detail co-load there, and the bottom. Alright, next up we're going to go ahead and put this together. So we're going to put these trees here, and they are different from each other, so you gotta make sure that the tab is lined up. And then what's really cool is when you press this little tab here, or the engine presses the tab, you'll see the trees fall and the lights come on inside the building. Of course, that's just yellow, it's not really illuminated, but it looks very creepy, very spooky, and a really cool vibe to it. I love this design. Very nice. Here's a look at the side of the barn here. We can see there's some great roof slide detail there, and it's also leaning a little bit forward. Very spooky. On the back we can see some more details there, which I appreciate. Usually it's just plain or hollow, but I appreciate they put detail there. Here's the other side. Here's a look at the top and the bottom. Alright, next up is this little haystack here, and I have to say this is one of my favorite parts of this set. You can see as the engine hits it there, it looks like the eyes are illuminated, or not illuminated, but coming up and looking at the engine. Here's the back of the haystack. I like the little pitchfork detail there. Here's a look at the top and the bottom. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and assemble the covered bridge here. So we're going to assemble 2 of these supports. Once we put that together, we're going to attach them to the bottom here. Now originally you would have put the bridge, each piece into the track, but this was already built, so I left it. You can see there as the engine rolls along, it all shakes and moves around. Very cool. I love the details on the bridge too. You can see on the top here we have all the different holes in the roof. Looks very spooky. Very disused too. Alright, then we have this little girder here, and this is actually at a slant. That'll help hold up the track support. Very nice. And then we have this guardrail set up here, and that helps as the engine comes down the hill so it doesn't derail. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and assemble the track layout here. Go ahead and put the covered bridge in place. Then the other side here with the downward slope. Put in that girder. The barn. Switch junction there. And finally the haystack. Alright, now we're going to install the batteries on James. We can see we can just remove that screw at the front, pop 2 AAA batteries in, always test it. We'll put it back together, and he's ready to roll. Alright, and let's see this set in action. So we can see James here goes by the haystack. Looks like it's looking at him, very creepy and cool. He's going to go up the hill here, through the bridge. We can see how that moves around like it's about to fall down. He's going to go down the big hill, around the bend, and then right past the barn, and the trees collapse almost on top of him. I just love that feature. Alright, so all in all, what do I think of this set? Well, the Troublesome Trap set was a set that I really liked when it originally released, and I did get it when it first released back in the day, and I'm happy to have it back here in the collection. But what I love about it is there's just so much different things going on in this set. It's basically just a small oval, but you have 3 different action features, but it can also still be used as a train set, and I appreciate when Mattel did that because, you know, the action features are cool, but if you wanted to still just have a train set, you could. It fits perfectly with the Halloween vibe. You can see here on my Halloween studio setup that I've put up here, it looks great, fits in wonderfully with all the fall decor and just the Halloween theme in general. So I'm very happy to have that in my collection. I love the barn and the haystack. Those are probably my 2 favorite things of the entire set. And just in general, it's a good set. It's a good Halloween set. And because of the smaller size, it's a good display set too. So if you wanted to take and make a small Halloween display, you could easily do that and just have the set in the middle, put a few Halloween buildings around it, and you would be ready to go. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this spooky Sodor set. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Let me know which spooky set you'd like me to review next. As always, I'll see y'all again very soon. Bye for now.